Roy and Abbott.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Ain't got on me!
Get away from her, you.
You're gonna see some serious assembly.
Assemble.
It's Elimination Chamber Countdown right here on West Coast Pop Station. My name is Zach. Welcome to the stream. We're getting your predictions all stream long as we count down to Elimination Chamber in Chicago. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and we are without a clear picture on the WWE Undisputed Championship. I have a feeling that's what's going to be affected tonight. We'll run down the entire card. We'll try to figure out what is in that box. And most importantly, get your predictions on what you think is going to happen and what you are excited for tonight. All right, a lot of things going on tonight. We're doing the countdown because it's a big show, and I just like to do these predictions. I like to know what's going through your mind as we approach the road to WrestleMania. So with that being said, make sure you get your predictions in as we run down the entire card. We'll talk some pop culture stuff too as well, and any comments or questions you have during the stream, hit me up. And we'll get to him live. Big E right now, as he's making some good points here, talking about Randy Orton, making comments about retirement and whatnot. He just talked about LA Knight being a contender for this men's match. All good points. Let me know how it is where you are. We are live right now in Hollywood, California. It is in the upper 80s, almost 90 degrees. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. But we are going through a heat wave right now, and we're loving it. I don't know what it is in Chicago there. It doesn't look too cold. Let me know how it is where you are and what your predictions here. This is the card for tonight, and it's a pretty good card. But again, we're just going with 4 matches. But all of these have huge WrestleMania implications. And one of them, I'm going to say, is going to have a huge implication with the announcement from ESPN yesterday that the first hour of each night of WrestleMania is going to be live for free on ESPN without the app. With that being said, that's going to be the Women's Intercontinental title match. That is going to have the biggest implications for ESPN airing the first hour for free on both nights of WrestleMania. Noob, I'm doing all right. How are you doing? It is almost 90 degrees here in Hollywood. I am loving this. Got some sun yesterday. Hopefully you're having a good night, good day, wherever you are too. Look at these picks right here. Cody, Becky, and Tiffany are going to win. All right. I disagree with 2 of those. Really need distraction food to see you, bud. It is food to see you too. It is so food to see you. It is tacos. It is pizza. It is hamburgers to see you too, my guy, Mr. All Power. Oh, man. And then Collision. That's right. We get Collision and AAA's on tonight too. Dominic is probably set to lose that title pretty soon, so I'm very interested in what AAA has to offer. I'm very interested in what Collision is going to have. What a great night for wrestling. Preppy. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Let's get into some predictions right now. They're talking about the men's match. This is the card. Really quick, what is your favorite match? What is your most anticipated match on the card right now? I'm going to be honest. I'm intrigued by the ending of the 2 matches in the middle. Those are the ones I'm really intrigued about because they have big implications for the main events. 28 degrees. That is so cold. Bundle up, noob. Hope you're having a good one. Xavier, how you doing? Get your predictions in because we're going to start off with the card right now and get some predictions in here. And we are going to talk some pop culture. Of course. There's comic stuff. There's movie stuff out there. Did you see Scream 7? I did. I got my review up on the channel. 67 degrees, but kind of cloudy. That's not bad. That's not bad, Mr. All Power. That's a good night to just watch some wrestling. Let's talk about this match. The Women's Elimination Chamber match tonight, as Peter Rosenberg and Big E argue. Why Peter Rosenberg? This match, okay. Mr. All Power thinks Tiffy's going to win this one. I disagree. I don't know where we put Tiffy in WrestleMania. I really don't. But I got to say, I see such a great potential for a great feud with a great buildup and great intrigue with Big Mommy Cool winning. I think Raquel's going to win this one. I think she's going to take it, and I think she is going to have this great storyline with Liv Morgan and then Stephanie McCurr. Stephanie versus Liv, I don't know if it has that much meat on the bone, personally. We'll see how it goes. If you add Big Mommy Coolin and then you can get Roxanne Perez in there too, that's a whole lot of storytelling and more people on the card in one night, and I think that's a better story. That's my pick. Is this the weather with the Zach's? Oh, I should do that. I should do some weather on here, huh? Today it is partly cloudy. I don't have a segment. I have no jokes for that. Sorry, I'm a comedian in LA and I have no jokes for that. Anyways, what are your picks for the women's match right here? Noob says, for the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Rhea Ripley, because last night Riho dropped the women's tag titles in a great match too, by the way. I love that move. I was a big fan of that and how that happened. That's a really good point because now they're both free for other matches in WrestleMania. Rhea versus Jade is a big-time match and is a great opponent for Jade Cargill. Io, where does that leave Io, though? Does Kairi Sane kind of turn on Asuka too, and then you have a three-way match or something? Good picks. Why do you think certain gimmicks on the indies work, but not on TV? Natty Loki Legend was great, and she finally got her presentation to Raw, and it hasn't been the same. I think it's because it's too glossy. That's my opinion, and we're going to talk about who's in that box in a little bit. It's too glossy. The Natty Loki Legend thing on the indies, it reminded me of, what was that? Was it Southpaw? Or what was that movie with Tom Hardy where he was like the fighter? It reminded me of that, like more gritty fighter thing. It is too glossy. She shouldn't come out to her music unless she has a match. I don't know. That's my opinion. That's a great question. If anyone has an answer for Mr. Allpower, that's a really good question. We're going to talk about Danhausen later because I think that's what's in the box, but we'll see if that works on a big stage. A lot of stuff works in backstage segments. Very happy. Did you notice at the end when Nia congratulated Lash right before the camera switched to the great stuff. A huge Last Legend fan, and I love Nia's second run. All right, any other picks for this match? I think we nailed it here. I think there's good storytelling with Raquel and Liv Morgan, and if you do Rhea Ripley, that's a WrestleMania match versus Jade. I don't know who Jade Cargill goes against. I really don't. If Bianca's not ready to go, oh man, you might have to do Jade Cargill on the SmackDown beforehand. But we got some good stats here. Alexa Bliss, can't count her out, but I think they got to add something in here with Charlotte to get her going here. This is her fourth Elimination Chamber match. She won in 2018. Asuka, her third. She's a winner as well. Raquel, her third match already. That is her third appearance. Okay. And Tiffany Stratton, her second. Kiana James, her first. I'm happy Kiana James is in here. I like new blood in these matches. Oh, he is from Chicago. And he is friends with Pepsi Phil. Okay. Trick and Lash, Bianca Montez, or Seth and Becky? Obafemi. I want to talk about this really quick. That stupid fan, she's getting dragged online, who claimed Obafemi didn't do the pose that she wanted. Screw her, that pom-pom girl. That is so incredibly selfish. Obafemi doesn't need to do that. He smiled, put an arm around her. Anyways, little quick rant. Io versus Asuka needs to happen, but everyone wants to see Io Sky versus Julie. That's true too. Save that match for Clash in Italy. That's true too. There's also what I'm going to talk about. I think with 1 hour being on free TV for ESPN of each night of Mania, I think a mid-card title needs to be defended in a ladder match and really grab people's attention. Like the TLC match, people are talking about that for years and years later. If you get people in with that, especially a women's match and showing the talent in the ladder match, either Julia or the IC title, I think that's the way to go. But I think Io, you could do a non-title storyline. But that's just my thought. Oba versus Brock, you think he's going to answer? I think he would have came out already. I don't think they know what they're going to do with that open challenge. Street Profits, yeah. I miss tag team wrestling in WWE. But this Mount Hugger. That was, yeah, what was the big deal? Screw that girl. I saw the post. I saw the picture. My favorite wrestler, oh man, right now my favorite wrestler is Trick Williams. Trick Williams has been my favorite wrestler for the last 2 years. Who's your favorite wrestler? I love Trick Williams. I just love all the stuff that he's done. TNA champion, NXT. He's been tested by Shawn Michaels, and I love his reception. They're going to do free of ticket sales. Why are they so greedy? I don't know. You know, we just got Revolution tickets. If you're excited for AEW Revolution, Knock and I are going to AEW Revolution. We got great seats. Just got them yesterday. We're not in the Leslie Jones section. But we're going. Knock and I are going to Revolution, so expect a lot of content from Revolution live as it's happening. We might try to stream together. We'll see. But we're going to have some live Revolution stuff. And side note on this too, by the way, for WrestleMania tickets, when they're 25% off, all that got negated with the fees at the end. For Knock and I to get 2 tickets to go, the fees were over $145, which negated the 25% off. So greed. It's taking over everything in Hollywood, I'll tell you that. Booker T gave him the best ad-libs of his career and helped Trick. Did you see now Trick doing the ad-libs when they go to commercial break and they're still chanting "Whoop that Trick"? They're going to find a way to get in on the main roster. It's too good. These are the first Elimination Chamber matches for the women. You know, there really hasn't been that many. One of them was a tag match, too. The women, I have to say, in these gimmick matches, the Rumble, Elimination Chamber, there's one more I'm forgetting. Oh, Money in the Bank. 99% of the times, they're more entertaining than the men's matches. The men's matches just have like the higher stakes because they have the bigger superstars like Cody, Pepsi Phil, Roman, Drew. But the matches themselves are usually better. So I'm always excited, and I'm always super jacked up and have a great time when the women's match opens it. I'm always disappointed because they never get to main event it with these matches. But it's always the one I remember. All right, next match. Let's get your opinions here. Pepsi Phil in Chicago defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Man, this has so many implications as to what's going to happen at WrestleMania with Roman, with Pepsi Phil. How long until we got about 47 minutes until Elimination Chamber. The countdown is on. If I could get an Elimination Chamber countdown clock, I would. But thanks for joining the stream. Balor should win if I booked it. Would you like a 3-way match? Because the other title match is going to be probably 3 to 5 people. I say book the hell out of the other one and make it 5 people. Include Sammy, Orton, whoever else, and Jacob. I do. He hasn't been World Champion since 16. I know. We're getting there, Joss. We're getting there. I'm going to go with Pepsi Phil. I think it's Chicago. You send him into WrestleMania. You do this big marquee match while you can to the biggest stars in wrestling. You get that match going. You do it. It is a main event. It is a night 2 main event, especially on paper. And please, can we just do, after this, I don't care if he costs him the match or whatever, Dom versus Finn. Here's my storytelling. You have Finn fighting clean because he wants this. He doesn't want JD, he doesn't want the Judgment Day out there. Dominic accidentally costs Finn the match. Finn costs Dominic the AAA title purposely. And then we start feuding Monday Night Raw. And then you got a great build-up, and let's just end Judgment Day. Can we please just end Judgment Day? And then Finn can be a face and go into maybe SummerSlam and win the title there. That's how I'm going to say I book it. You mentioned Scream 7. How about the new G.I. Joe? Hey, you got a thumbs down? I got 2 thumbs downs for that because they're making 2. Paramount. The fuck? Thank you, Xavier. I thought that's good booking myself. Did you see Scream 7? I didn't think it was that bad. I thought the ending was the worst ending of the series. But of course, I got to pump it up. If you did see it, please watch my spoiler-free review. I do have one online if you want to check it out. There's me in Hollywood seeing Screen 7. I don't think it's the worst one. I just don't think it's that great. Those are my thoughts on Scream 7. Worst Ghostface of the series, easily. Easily worst Ghostface of the series. Hey, you hit your best bench press number last week. Good for you, man. I haven't benched in so long. I'm jealous. I got out there today. I've got the Triple H workout shirt on still. I was upstairs in the gym. Good for you, man. That's a good accomplishment. I miss benching. Just like that. Don't make me bring them out. I'll bring them out. Hold on now. Hold on. All right, it's the ending. Let me just say this, though. The rest of the movie was okay. I was going to say good. I had fun with it. My two nitpicks about the series: quit making two people be the killers, and quit making very, very unbelievably forgettable characters. Unbelievably forgetting characters. Unbelievable. Part 6 is still the worst, in my opinion. Hated 6. I didn't hate it. All right, so that's what we're going on with this match right here. Let's go into the next match. Oh, it's the crate. What's in the box? What's in the crate? Let's get this going. What is in the crate? I find it so crazy to think that a person is in this crate. Right? What has it been, 2 weeks? We've been doing this crate for 2 weeks. Who do you think is in this crate? It has to be a person, right? It's like 6.5, 7 feet tall. Are there holes in it? No, that's just knots in the wood. Oh, that masked man reveal last night on SmackDown. I get it if he's part of Seth Rollins' school, and you can have all these members from Seth Rollins' school, and I guess nerds online can figure it out. But for a viewer at home, it doesn't work. Maybe Triple H lost the plots. I think he's more worried about the sales than the plots. So I think you're right. All right, let's try to figure out what's in the box. I think this will be the mid segment. I have a feeling this could be very gobbledygookerish. It has to be a comedy act. So I think it's going to be Danhausen. He just tweeted this week that he was free of his AEW contract. I think, I don't know what else it could be. A non-person would be akin to when WWE did that golden egg thing for that Netflix movie, that terrible Netflix movie. So it has to be a person. Part of me was thinking it was going to be another cover for WWE 2K, but it doesn't obviously fit. It's the shape of a person. So if you think it's something other than Danhausen or a second or third generation gobbledygooker ready to enter the WWE ID program, hit us up in the comments. Man. All right. What if Jericho's in there? Let me just see if I can pull something up. I'm just pull something up really quick here. So, off of the roster is Danhausen. He is no longer on the roster. I'll just bring this up really quick. All right, this is the roster, and you can see Chris Jericho is still on there. As of right now, he is still on the AEW roster page. Danhausen is not, so he could be in there. Jon Moxley as well. He is right there, the AEW Continental Champion. He is still on the AEW roster. I'm going to say it's no one from AEW. The Chris Jericho thing would be very odd. He is performing, I think, tonight, or he was last night with his band Fozzy. But Jon Moxley, I just can't see it. I'm telling you guys, Jericho is not coming back. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's just enjoying the free mind games that the internet is setting up for him. Oh, man. Let me know what you think is in the box. I think we're all going to be let down, or it's going to be Danhausen and the crowd, who's probably not going to be too aware of who Danhausen is going to give him a big response. So I think this is something you got to do backstage, because you talk about gimmicks that didn't work, like maybe Loki Legend. I think Danhausen might not fully work in front of like 10,000 people with a microphone. Let me know what you think is in the box. Will Trent ad on right now. Anybody watch Will Trent? Trying to finish The Burbs. Holy crap, that's tough to finish. Let me know if anybody has any movie suggestions for me tonight. I need something to watch if I'm not going to watch too much wrestling. Collision and Elimination Chamber are just too much for me. All right, next matchup is the Elimination Chamber. In the Elimination Chamber is the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, who just returned. This is a big deal. I think this is going to set up a big match. I don't think that they're going to do a storyline with a continuing feud with this. I think AJ is going to win. I think AJ is going to win, and I think she's going to lose it to someone younger on the roster, a newer talent, and put them over. I think that's the purpose, because she's not a full-time roster member. This way she gets a WrestleMania match, and then she can kind of do whatever she needs to do after WrestleMania, especially if Phil CM Punk loses. They may go do some married couple stuff for a month or two afterwards. But I think that AJ Lee, did I say AJ Styles? I'm so hung up on that retirement for Monday. AJ Lee is going to win this match, and she's going to defend it at WrestleMania in a multi-woman match, hopefully a ladder match at WrestleMania. And this is going to open one of the nights for the free first hour live on ESPN2. Night 1 and night 2, first hour is free. So it could be either night. But that's just my pick. That's what I think. I think AJ Lee. Are they building up Kevin Owens to come back? Kevin Owens, I don't know how far along he is on his recovery. I don't think he's just randomly going to come back. Maybe it could be a draft pick. Ooh, maybe an NXT draft pick. Hey, we got Jane here going for Asuka. Let's go, Empress of Tomorrow. She's, I think, one of my all-time favorites. I think she's on my Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers. Love Asuka. All right, now we got a Javon Evans package. Let me know who you think is going to win this match. AJ Lee defending the IC title at WrestleMania, opening the show for the first hour free. That's my pick. Everyone here watching on the ESPN app or anyone pirating, let me know. How big of a draw is this for anyone? You know, back in the day, this would be huge. You get a free hour WrestleMania on TV. Whew, there'd be a lot of mad parents when their kids are like, hey, get that pay-per-view right now so we can continue watching. Nowadays, all right, before we get into the main event and the predictions, let's talk a little bit of pop culture stuff, because, you know, I love pop culture. Are You Watching Paradise? Knock and I went to the special Hollywood premiere. We saw the first episode. Knock's seen the first 3. Let me know if you think, if you watch the show, what you think. It's been announced already. Paradise is ending with 3 seasons, so I like that. And here's a little insider tip. Chad Powers will end with season 3 as well. So that's going to be a 3-story arc with the 3rd season. But Paradise and Chad Powers ending with 3 seasons. Bouncy. Asuka's pretty much have no storyline heading into WrestleMania as far as I'm concerned. That's why something has to happen with Io, I think. If they do something with Kyrie, that has to happen soon. And that's just going to be on SmackDown the night before. AJ Lee, Xavier's got us a pick for AJ. Trick Williams on screen right now. My favorite wrestler. I love Trick. They just got to chill with Trick. They don't. He shouldn't always say the lemon pepper steppers. It should be a big thing. Trick Williams. Who do you want to see Trick Williams face? Because Sami Zayn could be into who attacked Jey Uso. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn, in my opinion, is the WrestleMania match. I love WrestleMania matches with no titles that have good storylines. And Trick Williams and Sami Zayn is the thing. Hey, if you want to vote on the channel, we have a poll up. Who do you think attacked Jey Uso? My guess is the Vision. And it'll come out, and then we'll have the Vision versus the Usos for the titles. So they have something to do at WrestleMania. Kiana James up. Big E should be on commentary. I don't mind Joe Tessitore, but it gets a bit monotonous with him. You know who needs to be taken off commentary? Everyone who does commentary for AEW except for Riccaboni. AEW, I watch on mute. I can't stand their commentary. Solo. No, Asuka yelling Kyrie's name was funny at first, but now it's becoming a repeating gag. That's why I think Monday night we got to start. Kyrie needs to stand up for herself. Let's get this feud on there. It doesn't have to be a long match. Solo versus Trick, that'd be funny. See, that's what I want. I want Trick to have a good back and forth on the mic. Solo versus Trick, I think, is gold. LA Knight, for some reason, versus Trick would be gold. All right, we're inside the United Center. Yeah, Trick, just get Trick someone who's good on the mic. Solo would be great because he's hilarious. But unfortunately, I think them and the White Six are going to wind up their feud on that SmackDown beforehand. Peter Rosenberg, man, why is he? I guess so many people on the roster who aren't doing anything. They should be out here doing commentary with them. Bailey would be good doing this. Nick Nemeth is great. I know they're not going to bring him back for this, but have EOS guys somehow help Kyrie Sane stop Asuka. I mean, do that. Look at Asuka made her Kyrie have her match for her on SmackDown. Have EO do that and be yeah, I like that. This is so weird with it being live. All right, let's talk some more pop culture stuff while they're just kind of rambling on shit here. I'm a big comic book guy. This was announced this week. The new What If series is coming back. Let me just put this up here so you can see what the issues are. New What If from Marvel. What if Cyclops had stayed with Madeline Pryor? I think that's a good one. What if Thor got Spider-Man's symbiote suit? That's trash. I'm so sick of Venom and the symbiote suit. I'm so sick of it. What if the Ultimate Universe survived the Secret Wars? That's a decent one. What if the radioactive spider bit Jessica Jones? Don't care. What if Kraven survived his last hunt? Good. What if Captain America's Unfrozen 2099? That's fun. The Runaways hadn't run away. That could be fun. And what if Cassandra Nova killed Charles Xavier? That's a good one, too. Are you excited for this? Are you going to check out any of these what ifs? I'm going to check out a few of those. I'll probably buy a couple of those. What if Wide Six versus Solo Team? I'm telling you, the night before WrestleMania Night 1 on SmackDown, that match is going to have some kind of a stipulation. And it's going to be the end of the feud. All right, speaking of Spider-Man and being sick, completely sick of Venom, someone who grew up when Venom was created, Sony is going to restart their Spider-Man universe. If it keeps failing that many times, why are you just going to restart it? Just enjoy making money off of Spider-Man. Speaking of Venom, check out Mary Jane's new Venom suit. It's okay. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I'm just really sick of everyone getting a Venom suit. But this, who cares about this? Who cares about Sony's Spider-Verse? I can't even have fun hate watching Morbius or Madam Web. Craven, I got, I think, 15 minutes into Craven, and I said, no, I'm good. The Venom movies are what they are. They can be watched, but Sony, yeah. That's right. Thank you, Xavier. Sony. Sony, unfortunately, is one of the good studios here in Hollywood now. All right, last thing I want to talk about, we're going to stick on apparently Marvel. I'll talk DC if you want to. Oh, wait, here we go. The movie castings. Yes, I did. This is a question for Noob. Noob, if you're out there, did you see the new Sonic movie castings? Anyone else out there? I'm fine with it. I like Kristen. Oh, the top 10, Elimination Chamber moments. This is interesting to do this. I like these. Yeah, I worked with Kristen Bell on Veronica Mars. I didn't work with her. That was stupid to say. But I was on the very last episode of Veronica Mars. She was very cool. I like her a lot. So I'm happy to see that. I do like A Good Place. If you haven't checked that show out, that's good. So I'm excited. Noob, I want to know your takes since you're the Sonic guy. Spider-Man Noir is looking decent. I like that too. Look up the interview with Nicolas Cage. He was asked if he should join the MCU. He says he doesn't need to. He's Nicolas Cage. I think this is going to be their first movie, Noob. I think a Black Cat movie is going to be Sony's first movie that they do out of the gate. Sonic or Frozen? I still haven't seen the Sonic movies, so that's a question for everyone else. Sonic or Frozen? I'm more of a Tangled guy, but that's just me. Excited for Kristen Bell's Amy Rose? Good. I like that casting. I think it's good. Johnny TV was great in Elimination Chamber match. He was. Did you see he shaved his head last night? No one else did. Why are you doing a match like that on CMLL? Not to shit on CMLL, but he had glorious hair. Trust me, I can get really jealous of people's hair. That should have been on Collision tonight. You could have helped promote CMLL by having that match on Collision tonight. I probably would have had more reaction to that than some of these matches are going to be on tonight. Who say the board meeting to make Spider-Man movie villains and not? I'm telling you, I think a Black Cat movie is going to be first. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know why you're just going to restart it. But this will tie into what happens after Secret Wars. So take that with a grain of salt. Because I think they're going to try this with Miles Morales villains. Just my theory based on a couple things I've heard. Samuel has the history, maybe that's why. That's true. But again, the match with the same guy could have been done in Collision tonight. Get those internet hits. It's important, right? Hit the thumbs up. Those were some point 2K has to give. Yeah, Samuel New Japan wrestler meaningful match. Look, every 6 months or so, someone from New Japan kind of craps on AEW in their partnership. I agree with it. It's nice. I like Forbidden Door. But we know who wins every single one of those matches. That was one where Giant TV might regret signing to AEW. His hair was so beautiful. His hair was awesome. I love his hair. Knock met him. I think he told the story on the channel. But next time Knock's on the channel, ask him his story with meeting him. He was super cool. So it's a good story. He had such good hair. And finally, Wolverine has a date, September 15th. Schnick, schnick. I'm excited for this game. If you want Spider-Man 2 right now, it's free on the PlayStation Plus and the PlayStation. It's free on PlayStation Plus, and it's only $30 if you want to buy it. I am going to start buying physical copies of every game now from now on. So I will be buying a physical copy of Wolverine. I've had 3 games now that I bought online that I just downloaded, and they've been taken away from me. I was actually going to do a live stream of going through Street Fighter 2 tournaments because I'm very good at that game. I love that game. Played it in the arcade, and it was taken from me before I was going to do the stream. So I'm a physical media guy now. Back again with that physical media. Wolverine, I will be buying September 15th. Hard copy, which I need to buy the hard copy of Spider-Man 2. All right, if you got any pop culture stuff you want to talk about, please hit us up here in the comments. I love everything pop culture, so I'm right here in Hollywood. So if you got any questions, let me know. If you're excited for any TV or movies, AEW or WWE, I'm a teeter-totter with that. I'm a teeter-totter. I wish there was something in the middle. Every other promotion for me isn't right there in the middle. TNA is always something. It's always MLW is like watching prison basketball. It's tough for me to watch New Japan, CML, and AAA. And then I know I'm missing someone. WoW. I used to watch WoW a lot, but man, certain people that run things just ruin things. Right, Warner Brothers? Right? Anybody have any thoughts on Warner Brothers at all? I'm here. All right. Is anybody excited about the Chicago crowd? I always love a Chicago crowd. I lived in Chicago for a few years. I love that city so much. Did comedy there. Love Second City. If you want to catch something funny, they just put up on their socials. Second City had Kid Wilson and R-Truth do some improv. Very cool. They just put it up, so check that out. Also, I gotta ask, is anything gonna happen tonight? Anything special? Last year was the big heel turn with The Rock and Cena. Is anything gonna happen that's gonna make this a new era? That's what I need to know. A new era. A new era.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
All right, Triple H, a new era. I'm sure it's a new era tonight. But do you think anything's going to happen tonight that's going to really set the stage for WrestleMania because they need to boost ticket sales? They're giving 2 hours of WrestleMania free. It doesn't seem desperate. It just seems thirsty. So is there anything big that can happen? The box with Danhausen, I don't think is going to cut it. Again, Chris Jericho's still on the AEW website. He's still there. I don't know what else can happen. We're 22 minutes away from the Elimination Chamber. Wow, they're doing an old school package here for Wrestling Chicago. Signs. Remember Signs? Oh, man, Chicago. Chicago always has great indie wrestling, too. So if you're in Chicago, check out some good indie wrestling. Hog Wrestling. Knock and I just went to that here in LA. It's going to Vegas. It's following WWE to WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be a big show. If you're in the Vegas area, Hog Wrestling, it's going to have the Hardy Boys. It's going to have Zilla Fatu. It's going to have, I think Andrade's going to be there. And they announced someone else. So it's going to be a big show for Hog Wrestling. They have to work out a lot of kinks. But it's still a good show. All right, let's talk about the main match here. Because this is the card. We talk about everything else. I think the big thing is you got to build up Stephanie's title run because it needs something a little bit more than what's going on right now with Liv and having Dom like translate it. So we got to, I think, add Raquel in there. That's why that's my pick. Because I like Stephanie. I love the match she had on Raw. I just we can't do what we're doing with Liv for another 3 to 4 weeks, however long it is. So let's show some love to Steph.
Stephanie Backway, right?
Wrong. Anyways, Nikki, you two will probably be facing Lash Legend and Nia Jax at WrestleMania and possibly adding Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. That's just my guess for the women. Let's get into the main event since we're almost there. The men's Elimination Chamber. Get your predictions in. I hate that my prediction is Cody Rhodes. I like Cody Rhodes. I love the work ethic of Cody Rhodes. I'm a big Cody fan. I love his theme music. I listen to it in the gym. I just don't need to see Cody Rhodes win a match like this. And if that's the case, I don't know if that's going to be the way to close the show. Randy Orton would be a good pick here because Randy Orton could be the surprise. And then we spend a couple weeks inserting Cody and Jacob Fatu in there. Or screw it, maybe just have Jake and Cody. All right. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Here, let me hit these real quick. Cody turns heel like they wanted to do last year. Oh, if you start planting the seeds like this, he's the one that attacked Jacob. He's the one that attacked Jay. There's something else too. The way he was talking to people last week on SmackDown, they could be setting it up. Who's the funniest wrestler right now? Chelsea Green. I got a soft spot for Harley Cameron too because she keeps growing. I do not blame her for that botch spot on Dynamite. I feel really bad for her that she had to take down her socials. But Chelsea Green, to me, is the funniest wrestler right now. Yeah. Face Roman versus bad guy Cody next year Mania. That's the booking. Mr. Allpower, does Cody dye his hair black? MJF just defended his AEW World Championship there. I think he needs to stop doing the indies with that belt. I 100% agree. I didn't like that match. You can watch that Zill match against Willie Mack that we have on the channel. He's been in the business for a while, and he's still very green. He's very, very green, and I know AEW is trying to poach him, which they might. If they do, he should go to ROH and work. The AEW belt shouldn't be defended on the indies. I'll just say that. The match, the belt that Ricochet has was meant to be defended on the indies. So just do that. Stephanie needs to lose that belt and get her music back. I agree.
Stephanie Backway, right?
What if Javon wins the whole Elimination Chamber? Could you imagine that? If Javon wins the whole thing? Man. I think it could be Cody that did all this stuff. If you do long-term storybooking like that, Cody's heel turn has to be a big deal. And for it to have layers like that, I think that's the only way to make it work. More Chicago build up for the crowds here. Don't build up the crowds too much, especially if you're going to have Cody win and the crowd doesn't react. Again, I think it's great placement for the women to open this because they're going to get a great response. When you first show up to a party, you're in there, you're good. By the time you're 4 or 5 hours deep into the party, you're just like, I want to go home, I want to make a frozen pizza. That's what I'm saying. The opening match is always, it's got a little bit more. Hey, how you doing? Sam, I am talking about the Elimination Chamber, so get your predictions in. The men's match. Again, the winner of both of these matches picks the WrestleMania opponent. It is the Royal Rumble. I don't mind that stipulation, but man, it's all for Drew McIntyre. Aggression. John Cena debuted in Chicago. That's right. What city needs WrestleMania the most next? I am not cool. Whatever. Get your Saudi one out next year. But I think New Orleans got robbed. I would keep WrestleMania in wrestling cities. Not only just because you get the pops, but come on. That's where your fans are. Give them something. They ride with you all year. Give them the biggest event of the year. They're in the United Center too, by the way. That's a big deal. Most of them go to Rosemont in Chicago and say they're in Chicago. WWE, AEW, everyone does that. Michael Jordan, man. I saw Michael Jordan live once when I was younger. It was great. I had the cheapest seats possible at a game, but it was so awesome. Random question. Can anyone in this match insert themselves into the World Heavyweight Championship title picture? This is all pretty much with Drew, right? I'm not crazy when I say that. You're talking about wrestling cities, and yet you're going to Saudi for WrestleMania. So silly. I saw him in Milwaukee facing the struggling Bucks. The Bucks have always struggled. Then I stopped watching basketball for years, and then they're doing really well, and they're getting another new stadium. But I saw them. I saw the Bucks play the Bulls when I was a kid. Pippen, Jordan. I think it was right before Rodman, or was Rodman there? I can't remember. Horace Grant. Oh, the memories. I'm such a Michael Jordan mark. I might get into NASCAR now that he's into it. I don't know. I'm still pissed. When I was younger, I sold his baseball card, his White Sox card. I sold it because at the time it was worth nothing. "14 minutes away from the chamber." Here's a question. Are you eating anything? Are you drinking anything while you're watching it? Did you get some wings? Did you get some pizza? Did you make something fancy? Oh, The Last Dance. That was a good doc. If you haven't seen that, if you're a Bulls fan, check out The Last Dance. That was really good. Oh, that's true. It'd be crazy to get some young blood in with Roman. I still think you just do Roman and Punk. I think you just do that. You keep it clean, Roman and Punk, and then you do Dom and Finn. Get that storyline and the Judgment Day done. It should have been done last year. JD can go on and do something too. JD not doing anything in Judgment Day is hurting. He's really good. It's just, what does he do? He helps interfere and then gets told he has a big head. What are your thoughts on the WBD and Paramount merger? I really don't like it. I didn't like the Warner Brothers and Netflix merger, and I really don't like this merger. It's a lot. I don't like it. I'm against it. I'll just say that. A lot of people are going to be getting let go. There's going to be more structuring. Also, how, if you are in debt, I know the guy's dad and stuff bought the company, but here's a fun thing to think about. Everyone that buys Warner Brothers struggles with it and winds up in debt more. So who knows? Paramount, you might be in debt next. You know what's great, Xavier? This Bodies remix, this theme that they have for Elimination Chamber. You're going to see some weird stuff made. I just won't get this other. Sorry, this like irks me because I know people are going to lose their jobs here. You're going to see some weird stuff being made here. You'll probably see Scooby-Doo interact with every single horror franchise. You'll probably see Scooby-Doo interact with the Conjuring universe, the Scream universe, and they're just going to make things randomly. And you're going to see AI come up with a bunch of stuff from this company too. Also, there's going to be weird censoring stuff too. I'm not going to get political, but you're going to see some weird censored stuff. And again, a lot of people are going to start losing their jobs because they have to make up for the huge amount of money they spend. Oh, God, sorry, I could talk for hours on that. We're promised flying cars by now. Not this. Movies aren't the same. No, they're not. What an odd future. There's so many cool things. I can look up anything right now. It still wows me as someone who grew up with cassettes and records that I can just look up any song I want. I can listen to any album I want right now. But we're still not in the Jetsons. TKO of the movie industry. That's what it is. It's the TKO of the movie industry. Sorry. My connection's weird with ESPN app right now. There's CM Punk. Is he coming up to the... Oh, we're just doing a CM Punk package. At least we'll get some awesome crossover animated movies like Sonic the Hedgehog and Justice League, or Sonic the Hedgehog and Scooby-Doo. I think that's pretty much all we're going to see from them. We're going to see a lot of that. They're going to throw a lot of stuff at walls. I read rumors online that say James Gunn's going to leave the DC projects because of the politics stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's so fucking crazy. It's so crazy. What's going to happen? Just like the artists are leaving. The artists do not have control. Am I going to watch the main show? I'm going to watch most of it. I'm going to watch the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And then I have a good friend of mine who I grew up with, who I went to WrestleMania 35 with. He is going to let me know because I value his opinion. He's going to let me know what matches I should watch and skip. Are you watching the main show? The Judgment Day need to leave. Man, Judgment Day needs to break up. Please break up Judgment Day. That is my 2026 wish. What's your 2026 wish for wrestling? Mine, let's break up the Judgment Day. Let's AEW book the women better. Let's have more things happen on PLEs and WWE. That's a big one. Because they don't need the buy rates anymore, so they don't do it anymore. I have a few. They're bringing back canceled writers, and we won't get movies in theaters. We're going to get movies in theaters. They're just going to be crap. They're going to be crap movies. They're going to be crap movies. Support companies like Neon. Look for movies like Neon. There's a couple of ones. A24. I like A24 a lot. But I just got to say, they're kind of in cahoots with Warner Brothers right now. So maybe after this, you can find, they get like Marty Supreme will be on HBO Max. They have like this first exclusive kind of deal with them, but we'll see. JD is back. He came back last week. JD McDonald's came back last week. Rodriguez signed the Hedgehog and Godzilla comic book later on this year. You know, Godzilla faced Sonic, DC, Marvel. He's facing someone else now. Texas. Godzilla vs. Texas is out. Godzilla's everywhere. Support the new Godzilla movie that's coming out. Support Godzilla -1. That's the kind of stuff that I want to watch. The new one's coming out. Support that stuff. You see AEW get another TV deal. If their deal is up next year, what happens? What can they shop around? That's the million-dollar question. What are they going to shop around to? Because the Ellisons, if you look up everything that they own, all those stations that Warner Brothers own, and then all the stations that the Ellisons will own, where are they going to go? They own all those stations. All those stations, they're going to have to go to NBC Universal stations. I think those are the only ones left. So those are like E, Bravo, BET, VH1, hold on. Those are all owned by the Ellisons. No, wait, NBC Universal. I'm off. Bravo. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Godzilla and Kong Supernova is... fun fact, when we went to go see Paradise premiere up here, right across the street, Knock and I saw they had the season 2 premiere of Monarch. So if you're into Monarch and that Godzilla stuff, it's kind of a cool thing to see. And Knock and I took some pictures of that for a little bit. USA. Who owns USA? Yes, you're right. They could go to USA. Wouldn't that be funny? They should go to USA. I would love that. USA could create their own war Wednesday night or Friday night. Who's going to have the better ratings? I like that. That sounds messy, and USA could just sit back and enjoy the ratings. WWE is everywhere. There really isn't. Most of these stations really don't get views. Mostly, let me just say this. If they stay with Warner Brothers, they're going to get censored more, and that Brody King, Ice chants, those are going to be censored because they do censor other chants on AEW. So Jackie Redmond out right now. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, I think, is the match that they're going with. Could add Charlotte, but then you have nothing for Bliss. But on Monday night, I think on Monday night or Sunday, or excuse me, next week, Friday, you're going to see a celebration with Lash and Nia. And it's going to be interrupted by the Bellas, and that's going to start their build for the women's titles. At least Tubi is streaming over 100 cartoons from Hanna-Barbera. Thank you, Noob. And Warner Brothers on Tubi. At least that's one piece of good news. You know what, Noob? I've been watching horror movies on Tubi the last couple weekends because I can't find anything to watch. I've been watching horror movies on Tubi. Tubi, you're right. It has so many cartoons on there. And then if you watch My TV, TV, whatever it is, they have a cartoon. Tubi's so underrated. It is. F Pluto. Pluto sucks. Tubi. I'll slum it on Tubi every weekend before I watch something on one of the main streamers. They just have like more random stuff. They got like real good, like if you ever seen the movie Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater, no streaming service can kind of afford that, but Tubi can because of all like the things that it just doesn't need. They got good shit. Alexa Bliss versus Julia for the women's. That needs to be a multi-women's match. I gotta say. Has anyone played? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna look up your next question. Anyone play Resident Evil 9? Knock is so excited for that. Tubi's owned by Fox, which acquired the free ads for million. It operates under the Tubi Media Group, a division within the Fox Corporation. So Fox, it's owned by the Fox Corporation. All right, Tubi's owned by the Fox Corporation. All right, they're starting it up pretty soon. This is it. Everyone watching live, I'm excited. Very excited for the women's match. 3 minutes. You're not a Gutfeld fan? Dude always looks like he enjoys the smell of the inside of a porta potty. I can't stand that dude. It's a good song in the background. I think AEW should get some more songs from artists. They do have some, but I mean, like, get a few more mainstream ones. Oh, I just got to ask, anyone going to go see Metallica at the Sphere? Tickets go on sale like next week. I'm very intrigued by that. Oh, it's kicking off right now. The national anthem. So we're starting up. I think I might make it a pizza night. Hannah Haven. Never heard of her, but it's okay. Ads in the ring. Okay. Oh, man. Let me know if you go. I got to figure out if I can go. And I'll let you know if I can go. They're still kicking. I love Metallica so much. Megadeth, they're on there last year. They're touring. Their latest album's up. And they're done. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Are you lying? You know I'm gullible. Don't do this. Anybody else see Britt Baker in there? That's Britt Faker. Remember Faker He-Man? Anybody excited for the He-Man movie? I'm sorry, I grew up with He-Man. I saw the poster at the movie theater the other day when I saw Scream. It's okay. Other than Jared Leto. Seek and destroying the Sphere. Oh, those visuals would be so cool. So cool. I wonder if they do Master of Puppets with Eddie from Stranger Things. Oh, Seek and Destroy. That's such a good song. I gotta say, I'm a sucker for Death Magnetic too. I like that album a lot. That's a good one. But they're doing no repeats, no repeat weekends again. And they have such a huge catalog, they can do that. All right, not to quote. What'd you think of the national anthem?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the start. We're going to Elimination Chamber with that. Good for her. Elimination Chamber is starting up right now. Let's kick it. Let's get into it. Let's have fun watching the show. You got Collision AAA on 2. Otherwise, there's movies that you can watch. And, of course, Tubi. Effing Tubi is our new hero until we found out this was on Fox. What match is going first? It's the Women's Elimination Chamber match. That's going to kick off this big event. Here it comes. I might stick with you just for the intros, and then I'll head out. Navy Pier. Navy Pier's all right. That's a tourist thing. If you want to do something cool in Chicago, go to Wiener Circle. Look it up. It's awesome. I've been there in 32 years. All right, the road to WrestleMania really starts tonight. Mr. Anonymous is predicting Rhea wins. That's a popular one. Eric Martinez, how you doing? Asuka, Alexa, and Rhea have won this match. That is correct. Wait, Rhea? Here's the stats. They will argue with that. Tiffy got her push because of this match. Look, man, this is where stars are made. Is the Money in the Bank when we all just like fell in love with certain people like John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, and all these people who weren't like super pushed and they're floating around the mid-carder. That's the great thing about the gimmick matches and putting people like Tiffy and Kiana James in there, and Javon Evans and Trick Williams. We're going to be seeing some really cool shit tonight. I'm doing great, Eric. Thank you. I'm doing great as well. We're going to have a good night tonight. Eat some snacks. Have a little drinky drink. Maybe Rhea hasn't won yet, but it felt like she won everything. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you add a stat here. I am someone who believes we got to keep thinking people are getting closer to the end of their careers, and we got to start giving them stats. We got to start making Finn Balor matter again, and that's what we need to do. Just do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. You got them both here. They're both doing great work. Let's just do that main event. Any decade, when we all grew up, if you said, hey, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania main event, you'd say, yeah, that sounds like a main event. Is this the one that Chris Jericho said he invented? Again, I gotta say, Danhausen, this has to be a backstage segment. And if this is an advertisement for Dude Wipes or something, I'm gonna be so disappointed. They took it, I don't know, man. If you give CM Punk this main event spot at WrestleMania, I think he's just going to put people over left and right after. I don't know if he's really going to have anything left to really prove. I think this is just a really good move. The pyro is out in the United Center. There we go. Yes, Chris Jericho invented the Money in the Bank. CM Punk is going 0-2 WrestleMania main event against Roman. I mean, I'd be okay losing a main event. Dom has to wear Dude Wipes. Hey, at least you know he's clean. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's a smart idea. If we all wear Dude Wipes out there, everyone that we hit on will know, hey, at least they're clean. At least that area is good. Here we go. Got the Triple H shirt on, which is about to rip and be retired pretty soon. So I'm enjoying it while it lasts. My NWO shirt from 1998 is about to rip and be retired. Finn Balor looks nothing like Judgment Day Finn Balor. I'm telling you, Dom is costing him the match. Becky Lynch is losing tonight. So AJ Lee can do a multi-woman match to open night 1 of WrestleMania during the free hour. Ooh, huge pops. What is on Punk's shirt? I mean, AJ Lee could be done after a few, like 6 months or so. That's why I think you give her a title now, or a WrestleMania match. All right, the structure's coming down. The fire. This place is packed, and I think it's sold out. All right. Dude wipes hot Cheetos make chicken out too. Where's my belt? Where's my belt? I'm in a conference room right now, so I don't have the belt. You won the title. Why do I have smokers left? I don't even... Come on, there you go. I've heard that he's going to come tonight. Danhausen, what do you think about AAA in about 8 or 9? AAA is going to be online, live streaming Lucha. Oh, I wish I could stream that. I think we're setting up Dom Mysterio losing the title. That's what I think. AJ Lee is still not in the Hall of Fame. No, she is not. Dan, yep. WWE is going to book it. I bet they do. All right, Little Miss Bliss is out right now. I need to get out of this conference room. I need to go upstairs. I need to grab a drink and have fun watching this. I am very excited for the women's main event. Thank you for kicking off the Elimination Chamber Road to WrestleMania with me. I've had a blast with you guys. This has been a fun-ass hour. I wish I could just watch this whole thing. I just want to see what she comes out with. Does she have any homage to Bray Wyatt? It's a fun outfit. It's a good mix of all of her characters. Liv has been in 6. She's been in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, Liv has been. Woohoo! All right, that's it. I gotta head out of here. I gotta go watch this on a bigger screen here. 75 inches is calling my name. I know there's a joke in there somewhere. Let's all have some fun. We're on the road to WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber. Keep it locked on the station for Revolution. Knock and I will be there and doing some live streaming, hopefully, from AEW Revolution right here in Los Angeles. And in the meantime, maybe I'll see you Friday night. We'll see how the schedule goes. I'm actually doing some shows here coming up in LA, some improv shows, and I'm having a lot of fun. So, well, look at this. Hold on. It is... Knock right here. Knock, how you doing? Really quick before I sign off, let us know anything you want to say right now as we start watching the Elimination Chamber. Any thoughts, any surprises? Who is going to be in the mystery box and any victories that you see happening tonight? Jade Cargill watching from above there. And I don't care what anybody says. You don't need to defend your belt that often. Just look like a champ, Jade. That's right. Javon Evans about to go insane. Bliss getting locked in. Cody and Randy will be the final 2. That's a good prediction. Someone who we all think will be and someone who we hope will be. I like that. All right, Asuka out second. I'm so glad they never changed her theme. Oh, very cool mask. Rhea will win the Women's Chamber. I like that too. That's a good match. It's a main event match at WrestleMania against Jade. Asuka, one of the best to ever do it. Oh, it's going to be a fun-ass match. All right, I got to sign off. I got to go eat some food, have a nice drink, and enjoy this Women's Chamber match. Have a great weekend. Enjoy wrestling. Thank you for stopping by. and kicking it with us. Have a great Elimination Chamber. I gotta hit the comments. Sorry, Eric. I hope his Jericho comes out tonight. AWE, we're scared. That's why they don't want to change him into the retirement page. Let me know how often you watch AAA. I really want to know. Have one, everyone, from Knock, from Zach. This is West Coast Pop. Have a great weekend. And most importantly, be excellent to each other. Take care, everyone.